This report is based on a news story that was actually covered by the media.
In 1970, in Norway, a deeply puzzling discovery was made near the city of Bergen. In a remote mountainous area known as the Istelen Valley, the body of an unidentified woman was found. This case would later become known as the UnsolvedWoman, one of Europe's most enigmatic unsolved mysteries. The woman's body was discovered by hikers in a secluded location. The valley was not a place people passed through by chance. Its isolation immediately raised questions about how and why she'd been there. Several unusual details stood out at the scene. All clothing labels and manufacturer tags had been carefully removed from her garments. She carried no identification, no passport, and no wallet that could reveal her identity. Her belongings were minimal, offering no clear clues about her background. Near the body, investigators found empty medication containers and signs of burning. The official examination suggested that the cause of death was likely a combination of drug ingestion and carbon monoxide poisoning. However, authorities could not determine whether this was an accident, suicide, or the result of someone else's involvement. As the investigation progressed, police uncovered evidence that the woman had traveled extensively within Norway. Hotel records showed that she had stayed at multiple locations, often under different names and nationalities. At various times, she claimed to be Belgian, French, or from Eastern Europe. None of these identities could be verified. Hotel staff later described unusual behavior. She paid exclusively in cash, carried little luggage, and reportedly asked that windows be kept closed. These details suggested caution, but what she was protecting herself from or hiding remains unclear. Among her possessions was a small notebook containing coded notes. The writing consisted of letters, numbers, and symbols that appeared to correspond to dates and locations. While some believe it represented a travel log, the notes were never fully or conclusively decoded. Fingerprints were taken from the body, but comparisons with international databases at the time produced no matches. Dental records and physical characteristics also failed to identify her. Despite cooperation between authorities in several countries, no confirmed identity emerged. What made the case especially striking was the complete absence of personal history. Her name, nationality, profession, and purpose for traveling were all unknown. There was no record explaining why she was in Norway or why she died alone in a remote valley. Given the timing during the Cold War, some speculated about possible links to espionage. However, no official evidence was ever presented to support this theory. Authorities acknowledged the speculation, but emphasized that it remained unproven. As years passed, the case remained unresolved. The woman was officially recorded as unidentified, and the investigation gradually went cold. She became known only by the place where she was found. In recent years, the case has drawn renewed attention. Advances in forensic science, including DNA analysis, have raised hopes of uncovering new information. Even so, no definitive conclusions have been reached. The UnsolvedWoman case continues to be discussed not because of dramatic violence or spectacle, but because of its quiet mystery. A person lived, traveled, and died, leaving behind almost no trace of who she was. What remains in the historical record is a woman found in a mountain valley, clothing without labels, multiple false identities, and notes that were never fully explained. The UnsolvedWoman remains one of Europe's most haunting unsolved cases, a reminder how easily a life can disappear without answers.
Many things are happening around the world every day, and unexpected events may occur in our own lives as well. We hope to see you again in our next story.